Hi everybody, it's Twin Soul Poets. We are your go-to couple for love and relationship advice,
dope spoken word poetry,
and uplifting content. And today, my husband is doing my hair.
I'm legitimately terrified.
Get ready.
I'm not.
So, believe it or not, this was actually my husband's idea.
I don't know what I was thinking.
But you're in now, you're locked in now, so we're doing this. I actually just recently cut my hair, a lot of it. It's still fairly long, it grows really fast, but I decided I wanted to do something different look, but it is definitely time for a wash day. And for all you naturals out there, you know it's called wash day for a reason. But I have found some little tips and tricks to expedite the process.
For all you Caucasians out there, you don't know what a wash day is, but
you about to find out.
A lot.
So throughout this video, I'll be showing the products I'm using, the little hair holds and clips I'm using, so you can do it for yourself if you want, or if you want to try it on your wife, give it a shot.
Wait, before you do that, hit the like and subscribe button now. Leave a comment below. Send us your blessings. I'm gonna need it right now.
I'm feeling like Tina Turner.
Send me your strength.
Rolling on the river. Get up, do.
This is me running away.
Alright, first off, we're gonna part my hair into 4 sections. And the reason I do this is before I even wash it, I'll comb through it because it makes it easier for detangling once we get I'm gonna wash these, rolling up the sleeves. So we're gonna do this in 4. It's already kind of naturally parted in the center and it doesn't have to be perfect. So you can do this with your hands. We're gonna time lapse this because this might take a little while.
And also, if you guys weren't paying attention, what just happened there while she was talking, I did my hair.
I need you. Alright, so he's gotten my hair sectioned into 4 parts. He did a good job. And I was kind of tying up the sections as we went. This is the one that he did. But he got it in there.
I haven't even learned that technique yet.
Yeah, but I explained it. He's a good learner. Like, if I say something verbally to you, or if you watch especially, you can pick up stuff pretty fast. So I'm confident that you'll be able to do this. But this is really important because if we end up having kids, and I'm not there, I'm not having my kids go out with some doo-doo braids. You're going to have a coalition, dads against doo-doo braids. Because we ain't doing that. Next, we're going to comb through each section. I do this so it's easier to wash in the shower. It's also really dry. You can feel it's pretty dry. It needs some TLC. It's been in braids. I had it out. So now we're going to wet each section with some water. We're going to use my orange wide tooth comb here. And we're going to comb through it to get it detangled before I start washing. So let's go ahead and time lapse that. Before we go, I will tell you, and for anybody out there combing natural hair, always start from the bottom and work your way up. Do not start here and go down. You will rip out the hair and damage it, and it's not good, and it will not grow, and it is not loving to the natural power of the locks.
Should we tell people right now how much time they should have set aside for this whole process?
Well, I mean, if I'm doing it, from the combing through and having it completely washed and conditioned and everything, probably 30 minutes. But if I'm gonna deep condition, that's another 30 minutes on top of that because I let it sit in for about a half an hour, sometimes up to an hour depending, but I'm not deep conditioning today. That does not include styling though. That's just for the prepare and for the wash. And then if I'm styling it, that could be another 30 minutes to 2 hours depending on the style that I'm doing. So that is why it is called wash day. And you'll see many videos on YouTube. If you type in the search wash day, you will know it's real.
All right, so walk me through these steps a little bit.
So I've just wet it, so it wasn't noisy in the video, but I just wet my first section of hair here. And I'm gonna comb through. So I've got my comb and I'm gonna start at the very bottom, very bottom, feeling for the tangles and just kind of combing. And once I feel that section is gotten combed through, I move up slightly and see how I'm holding here with my hands. I'm holding it tight so it's not pulling my scalp and it's not pulling the hair out because we want as little hair fall as possible. If I'm pulling too much, it's gonna be ripping out my hair and that's not what we want. So that's detangling. We're gonna move up, like that. And you can kind of, when it's wet, you just start to see my natural curl pattern of super tight curls.
Pull, brush,
And the hold is really important. So see how I'm holding it, and now as I go higher and higher up, I can start higher and higher up because this part is detangled now. So I can now come from the top down, but that's only once I've gotten the bottom detangled. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working my way up.
Okay.
And then at some point, you're not going to be able to hold it anymore. And you have to just, if you feel like it taut, you have to let it go. If it gets caught, like because there's a tangle, you let it go and come back in again.
Looks easy enough.
I have faith in you. All right, so that's the first section there, almost done. And that's pretty much detangled. I might wet it a little more just to make sure it's coming all the way through, but that's what it looks like when it's all come through.
Are we a fourth of the way home?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do this, team. Okay, so I'm actually making progress.
He's doing really good. I'm impressed.
I'm doing good, but it's getting hard as I'm getting up closer to the scalp. She gave me a tip to don't put the comb in as deep and do like the first layer first. So I don't know if you turn a little bit. So like instead of, I was trying to do like this and it was just getting stuck. But if I like do like that, maybe that's kind of what you're saying. Yeah.
And then you're going to be able to get deeper and deeper into my hair as the layers of the tangles, because up near the scalp, that's where you're going to get most of the tangling.
Should I do short strokes or try to bring it all the way?
Well, start, when you feel the resistance, go under where you feel the resistance. If you feel resistant, yeah, exactly.
That worked.
There you go.
I'm paranoid about like pulling all your hair out.
You're not pulling the hair out, that's great. And I will say that like, you know, it's natural. We all have hair fall. You want to limit hair fall, but like everybody loses like 100 hairs a day. So hair is going to come out. So far, this is what's come out, but that's pretty good. It's not a lot. But yeah, that's normal.
From like the other.
Yeah, we can separate that out like that. Okay, too much resistance. So yeah, go right underneath it. There you go. Lift it up again. You don't have to, when you feel it really not moving, lift it up and then come back in.
Like as far as like
you
pull
just
the
did.
comb out.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, it's great. I'm impressed, y'all. I'm impressed. We're gonna go back into a time lapse and get this finished through. Okay. Shout out to Jules at Embrace Me Naturally Salon. She just is training my curls. You can see my natural curl pattern. I'm loving this with no product in it, but it's just feeling so healthy and fresh. I just want to give you a shout out. If you are in Georgia, Embrace Me Naturally Salon knows how to do it right.
I need to hold it or else.
No, he did it, guys. Look, I'm going to show you.
Oh, snap.
I can comb through it. He's got it completely combed through. My ends are very blunt right now, so they tangle very quickly, but he's got it completely. Look at this. Now you got 2 more sections to go and you have to wash it, but you're doing a good job. Okay, boom, okay. Oh, get it. After I comb each section, I just twist it into little buns, and this keeps it from tangling back up again. And it also keeps the water in, because as it dries, that also encourages the tangling. So you can see I just do a little bun, and then I take my little wrap
I might need to learn this bun technique at some point.
That just holds it. Yeah, you can definitely learn it. But that's what we do. So we have 2 more sections left. We're going to time lapse that, and then it's going to be shower time. Once again, pretty darn good. I got a couple more tangles out, but
2 for 2.
We're going in. I mean, I'm at the root here. I'm at the scalp, and I'm coming through. So that, look at this.
We're 2 for 2, team.
All the way through. I'm loving it. All right, I'm like so proud of him right now. Like, you have no idea. This is big moves.
I'm proud of myself.
I love how meditative my husband is right now. It's like
Low key, I was literally just like focusing on my breath. If you're finding yourself in a situation where you need to do this, as you would be, deep breathing and perhaps meditating, as in thinking and reflecting on removing all the tangles and knots in your own head.
This is so
as you are combing through the knots on your partner's head. You are in turn untangling your own blocks in your own mind.
Wow.
That's literally what I was just thinking about.
I love it. And I also love how gentle you're being. It's kind of really sweet. I'm not tender-headed, but it's just nice.
I'm scared to pull your hair out.
Well, that's good. You should be gentle with it. I like, whenever I do my hair, I really do like to do it kind of like as a sacred thing, you know, because sometimes it feels frustrating to have to spend so much time, you know, on my hair. But when I started treating it as this like spiritual, sacred moment for myself, it became pleasurable and I like really enjoy it. It's kind of like this nice ritual.
I like that. There can be a lot of joy in the tedium of life, things that we think of as boring. And I like that. It can be just as simple as a flip of a switch of perspective and mindfulness. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes people think of meditation as only like when you're sitting cross-legged in lotus position and chanting Om or just sitting in silence, but meditation could be anything. I used to meditate when I was living on the farm, weeding the garden, pulling out weeds, and thinking about the same thing, like pulling out the weeds in my mind. So I like to think about things like that when I find myself having to approach the more tedious things of life.
Who wants a natural hair with Hamilton series? Because right now I really do. Okay, we are nearly done with combing through. And one thing that I told him is that keeping it wet throughout the detangling process is essential, because natural hair, as it dries, it shrinks up. You've heard me say shrinkage before, right, babe? So like when people say the shrinkage is real, when my hair dries, it's gonna be like Frederick Douglass. I mean, it's gonna look incredibly short. And I'm telling him now he needs to wet it. It's too dry already. So you see you're getting a little bit of resistance, so we need to get some water in here.
Yes! Comb through complete.
Up level. Good job, baby. I got my 4 buns. We're all combed through, and we are now gonna hop in the shower and actually wash and condition my hair.
We're like halfway through?
Yes, I'd say that's about halfway done. And so I wash my hair on average like once a week, because I don't want it to get dried out and so forth and so on. So this is the hair fall for like a week, which is pretty average. You know, it's gonna happen. There might be a little bit more in the shower as well, and also trying to strengthen my hair with some protein treatments and things like that, but that's not bad. Okay, it's shower time. So to make it a little easier for Hamilton, I'm gonna wash it in sections, which some naturals like to do anyway, to limit the amount of tangles and things like that. Sometimes I'll just take all of these buns out and just wash it like that, but it just makes more chances for it to tangle up. So we are going to just wash in the sections and also put conditioner in the sections, comb back through with the conditioner in it, and that is going to be the process, and then rinse the conditioner out.
Wash, condition, comb through.
Yes, and then rinse out the conditioner.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I've got my first section out. I'm just going to kind of show Hamilton how I do it, and then he's going to follow suit. So I'm going to get this saturated wet. And I have what's known as high porosity hair, so my hair gets wet pretty quickly, but because it's so thick, it does take a while for for the hair to get, for the water to get to my scalp. And
high porosity.
yes, high porosity means
ferocious
hair absorbs a lot of water. So this is now, you can see it's pretty saturated. You can see the texture changes when it's wet there. See the little curlies. So I'm gonna get that saturated. And this is the shampoo that I love right now. Any girls out there got itchy scalp sometimes. This Body Shop Ginger shampoo is the business for that. So you don't need a lot of it. This lathers really well. A little goes a long way. Let's see the amount. Probably like a quarter size per section. I rub it in my hands, and we're focusing on the scalp. I'm not washing my hair, quote unquote, because the shampoo is gonna run down my hair. We're focusing on the health of my scalp, making sure it will remove any buildup, things that may have. And one little trick to help, you've done all that work detangling, you can hold the bottom while you scrub the top, and use like that, because you just want to make sure that it's not going to all tangle up again. And getting underneath, and if you feel like there's not enough soap, and I can just show you this section.
Shampoos smell like ginger ale.
Yeah, that's really nice. You can just come up, I'll come back with a little more, same amount, and come underneath.
Making me want bourbon and ginger. That'd be a good way to celebrate the completion of this task.
I support that. Alright, so I just come through, and I just make sure like if everything feels soothed, if I have any, itchiness or anything like that. I just do make sure I'm getting, every part of my scalp. So I'm scratching just gently. Not too hard because you don't want to create any scalp damage, but I do give it a good scratch. Make sure it's all cleansed.
Squishy scratch.
And everything feels good. Then I'll just rinse it all out. So we're going to time lapse him washing through the rest of my hair, and then we'll come back for the condition.
Little known fact that a little bit of ginger shampoo makes for a ginger beard.
Alright, everything is nice and clean. I did tell Hamilton a little secret that sometimes it'll seem like all the shampoo is out. But if you scrub, you might still notice that there's some near the scalp. So just make sure to rinse thoroughly to make sure everything is actually out. But we're gonna condition. I am currently using, which I really like a lot, this is the Shea Moisture Intensive Hydration Conditioner, and it's got Manuka honey in it, which my hair loves honey for whatever reason. It seems to just keep it really moisturized. So I'm gonna do the first piece once again like before, and then Hamilton will do the rest of them. I go through a lot of conditioner. Naturals, raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. There's like that meme when it's like when a glob of your $10 conditioner goes down the drain. It's like it's the pain is real. But yeah, so I just get that big old glob, palm size I guess, rub it, and then I'm gonna just bring it gently through my hair. And you know how earlier I showed you how to like finger comb a little bit so you can feel the tangles? You can do that a little bit. You don't have to do it all the way, but just kind of working it through, getting it all the way root to tip. And I really like to saturate it because that's what's gonna keep it moisturized throughout the week. I kind of start at the root, I guess, and come down through. And then there's a natural technique called pray. If you're gonna pray, you won't get through doing this hair. But when you pray it in, it actually puts it deep into the hair shaft.
Gotta have prayers.
You gotta have your prayers when you're doing natural hair wash day. Yeah, and then when it just feels kind of, you can feel it, go ahead and feel it, and you can see like how saturated it is. When it feels about that saturated,
give me strength, give me patience,
then you know that there's enough conditioner in there. And then I'm gonna put it, and throughout this process I have been helping him tie up my hair because, one step at a time. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, that's a whole nother
video. So then I just, after I condition, I'll twist it up with the conditioner like I've been doing this whole time. Put it in the buns. When my hair was longer, I sometimes would just do it all in one bun. But now it's shorter, I'll do it like this. And then you leave the conditioner to sit in for a while to like work into your hair.
Okay.
So now we will time lapse the rest of the sections.
Here we go.
You've made it to the final stage. Congratulations. It's like you're on a video game and you're at the boss. But this should be easy because this is basically what you did before, combing it through once more, because this is going to be combed through so I can style it.
But it's already kind of pre-combed, right?
It's already kind of pre-combed, and we have conditioner in, so it should feel pretty easy. But we're still starting at the bottom. We're still doing everything the same, so go ahead and give it a try and see how it feels. If you notice that it feels a little tough, you can always add a little more conditioner, but it should be pretty breezy.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, it's going pretty smooth.
Look at my man! I cannot. This is cool. You kind of crushed it for your first time doing it with very minimal help. I mean,
I was honestly
you're winning.
A little bit scared. A little bit too moderately to maybe intensely scared.
And so what I'll do when he's finished combing this through, I'll put it back in the bun just for now, the way you were doing it. Usually if I do it by myself, I'll just take all my hair down if anything's up, just comb through all of it and rinse it out. But just so it doesn't tangle again, I'll put it back in the buns and then I'll just rinse it out myself. And then style as you please. You've done it! Gold star, sir! Gold star! Amazing. He did an amazing job. I'm really proud of him. So now, all that's left to do is just rinse out the conditioner and then style.
Yes.
You want to style it?
No. If you guys want to see it, maybe.
He wants to learn how to. He wants to learn how to lay edges.
Put it in the comments below if you want to see me learn how to lay edges or do other styles.
And he does know what that means. Right, babe? What's it mean when I lay my edges?
It means when you put the little, like right here, you put the little
edge
of your hair laid down nice.
Laid. That's right, baby.
It's kind of what it sounds like.
Okay.
I kind of figured it out.
You did. But I'm proud of you. I think that this is a great start and makes me feel really confident about, if and when we have kids, they're probably going to have a shit ton of hair.
I feel a little more confident about that.
So this makes me feel that my kids will not be going out in doo-doo braids and hats.
I feel a little more confident and also a little more, tired in advance.
I love you. Thank you for doing my hair. That was sweet.
Oh, looking cute. Look at that. Brushed out. Washed. Clean. Yes, yes. Ta-da! The finished product. Doesn't she look cute and gorgeous?
The edges, though.
Y'all make sure to check out the rest of our content, all of our twin flame videos.
We got a
our dope
lot
spoken
of
word
good stuff.
poetry. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.